Pub Hub on Pub Sports Radio. Salute to the ladies, gents, and D-gents for tuning in. You already know it's all love. It's Tombstone Tuesday, so it's only right. We got Billy the motherfucking kid in the building. Mr. Billy Briz. How we feeling, my man?
Feeling good, man. Got my birds in the Super Bowl, man. Couldn't be any
This guy.
better times around in the city right now. The vibes are immaculate. The plays are hitting. So the only thing is next is let's really go for some big hits, man. It's that time of year.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Fresh off the Super Bowl, a prelay to the Super Bowl. We got 2 weeks now to vibe the fuck out and talk about the Frisco and Philly. But it's Tuesday, man. So we do it right here Tuesdays and Thursdays with our guy. It's Derl. How we feeling, my man?
Wait, Dutch, are you being a little prophetic, man? You call the Eagles Super Bowl win? Hey, shout out to you, man. Hey, go ahead.
I'd be lying if I didn't have a button submitted already on them.
Yeah, for real, man. But yeah, we ain't doing no fly Eagles fly talk here, man. But So salute to you, Billy, man. It's good, man. Good to be back on a Tuesday, bro. Always good to talk ball with my brothers here. Everybody in the chat, much love to you, man. Let's get to work. There's some spots out there.
Yeah, man. We got a nice little motherfucking card today on a Tuesday. Fucked around on a Tuesday and got a good card, I do believe. I have 2 plays, thinking about 3, and I know my guys coming to fire as well. Speaking of my guys, we got Star Child in the chat. Sam Comer, my guy. Good to see you. And Nets motherfucking bets in the building. Be sure to follow all 3 of them fellows. They do put out plays and do it well. Mr. H-Town, good to see you. Another great follow as well. Let's get right to it. Very intriguing game to start off this card. We're going to Cleveland, the land, and we got the Miami Heat in town. We got a line of 4.5 right now. You can't get 4. It's a total of 210.5. We have 55% of the bets on the Cavaliers and 90% of the money to back that up with Cleveland. The Heat have won 3 out of the last 4 games. Most recently, though, off a loss in Charlotte to the Hornets. Coming in pretty healthy here. Jimmy Butler is a go. Pretty much everybody's ready to rock and roll here in Cleveland, as well as from the Cavaliers aspect. They are healthy as well. They did just smack the Clippers, around on Sunday. Beat them by 23 points. It feels good for them to be back at the crib, posted up. Healthy as well, as I mentioned. What we doing with this basketball game, my guy, Billy?
It's hard to look anyway, but the Cavs at home, man. I mean, they're 19-8-1 ATS last 28 home games. The Heat have really struggled on the road, 10-13-1 ATS road record this year, coming off a loss in Charlotte. But the Mondays are the new Sundays in the NBA. As the clock starts clicking around to the new year, basketball players actually start playing on the weekend, and the Saturday becomes a primetime slot, and the Monday becomes more of like the Sunday kind of like letdown spot. So I'm staying off on Monday cards for a little bit. That's a side note. This has been a little mini rivalry between these two teams, so I don't really know how too confident I am in this, but even with Butler back, I like to do a Mitchell and Garland and the Twin Towers down low. Give me the Cavs minus the 4.5.
Yeah, man. Cavaliers, I dig it. Our guy, Sweaty Butcher, good to see you, my man. Always on that exotic and giving us some exotic stats right there, backing up what our guy Billy says. What we think about this game, is Daryl?
Yeah, I think it's going to be a lot closer than last game. So we do have a revenge game angle on Miami side. Last game, no Tyler Hero, no Jimmy Butler, no Gabe Vincent. And the post presser that game, Max Strus just said this was a good old-fashioned butt whooping, right? So I just think it's one of these things now to where you've got more players available to play, and it's just going to be a more competitive game. The under seems very, very enticing as well. Last game was 210.5. That went way under because Miami didn't even get to the century mark. And now you got this game coming in at 212.5. Hasn't moved much since then either. So honestly, I just feel from a revenge point of view, I do like that Sweaty Butcher play there because anytime it's 12-0, that just seems automatic. I could only personally look for the Heat to at least cover this game because you've got a revenge angle and you've got more guys playing here than last game. So I would only look at the Heat here full game. The Cavs scoring has gone down substantially in the first quarter. going from about 29 points to about 25, 26 points. So this does seem like a slower game, and I could look at the under as well. Not afraid of that low number. So Miami probably to cover, but the more stronger play here would be the under.
I think if Miami covers, I think they win the game outright.
That I just feel that it's just a better side for Miami. They did have a recent loss, but they were playing some good ball as of late, and it's you just turn it up. So I like Miami here, but I think I like that under a lot better.
I dig it. Yeah, we do have the 1 and 2 defensive teams rated in the league right here. So I do like it, I believe, from a points perspective. Picks from Dave's, leader of the Nerd Nation. Good to see you, my dude. Excuse me, Mr. Trifecta, Nasty Nate in the building. Good to see you as well. Yeah, man, I don't trust Miami. To be quite honest with you, I don't give a fuck who's on the court. Bam did play in this game, November 20th when they did get smacked the fuck around by 26. I don't think they're gonna have any more help on the rebound, and Jimmy could give that a little bit of help, but come on, man. I think J.A. and Mobley a little too much for him. They're plus 19 on the boards in that game. Did smack them around by 26, as our boy Derl mentioned, as a 7-point favorite at the crib without Hero and Butler. They shot 53% from the field in that game. Pretty much, I believe they'll get whatever they want again in this matchup. The backcourt, I believe, is too much as well as the front court. They only had 16 free throws in that basketball game. I believe they'll capitalize a little bit more off of that. Did have 31 assists as well in that basketball, sharing it, feeling it. 19 turnovers, expect for them to clean up a little bit off of that. But Miami, as I said, I don't trust this basketball team. They're 3-4 straight up on the road in January. They've lost on the road to the Lakers, the Mavs, the Hawks, and the Hornets this month. 1-3 ATS first half in those games. I think this game could be competitive at the end, but I like the Cavaliers here all the way around. But to me, the best number here is first half -2.5, -105. If a lot of full game looks here on the Heat. I like the Cavs early, and I do think the Cavs handle this basketball team. To me, Miami is very suspect, especially on the road. Let's get to this next basketball game.
We got throwing a little prop real quick.
Get it, man, get it.
And Kyle Lowry under 9.5 points. He's had 9 or fewer points in 5 out of his last 7 games, so that could be a nice little parlay piece. -115.
He said Kyle Lowry under. Yeah, but hey, he's going. His ass might be going to L.A. I see his boy Kawhi trying to make the phone call. I'm sure he wants Van Fleet, but if not, he'll probably take Lowry's ass. But yeah, I seen some reports that Kawhi looking for one of his old PGs. But let's get to this next basketball game. We're going to motherfucking NY. Madison Square Garden, and we got the LA Lakers coming to town. A very good, intriguing basketball game as well. A line has went down now, too. We have a line of 1.5, a total of 232, obviously, because LBJ will play, and AD is a go as well. We do have 58% of the bets on the Knicks, 85% of the money on the LA Lakers. Pretty much everyone is good to go from the Lakers perspective. No Patrick Beverly. I don't know what the fuck he doing, but they have lost 2 straight basketball games, most to the Boston Celtics, and then obviously most recently here to the Brooklyn Nets recently. We got the Knicks coming off 2-day loss to the Nets. Excuse me, they've had 2 days of rest. The most recent loss here to the Brooklyn Nets. Played a couple solid basketball games, and in a game where I thought they would show up against Brooklyn because they have lost about 8 fucking straight basketball games. They got ran out the gym against the Nets. And, Julius Randle has some harsh words to say. This ain't no motherfucking rivalry. They just whoop our ass pretty much. So I would expect maybe to get a good game here from the Knicks. Obviously, he is going against his old team, the Lakers. And when LA and LBJ come to town, you seem to get the best from the opponents. What we doing this game, Ms. Derl?
This is a narrative bet here, right? So we know that there's fuckery in the NBA. We talk about this all the time. We talk about the manipulation. We talk about the game within the game. We talk about the narratives. And when you miss a call for one of the biggest stars in the league that could actually determine the game, you have the NBA Referees Association come out with a tweet saying, yeah, we really missed it. You have the post presser where LeBron James talks about it. Doggone AD has talked about it. It just seems like a constant narrative here. There's a reason why this line is short, knowing how good the Knicks are at home. There's a reason why money is coming in on the Lakers here. Secondly, if Pat Bev wouldn't have pulled one of his antics and went and showed the goddamn ref the camera, you wouldn't have started the OT with a tech. You know what I'm saying? So there's levels to this shit. And this is what I believe. This is just a narrative bet. The NBA has to give a game to the Lakers. They do. Just internally, they have to. They got to get one of those games back. And they played a pretty decent game against the Nets, if you ask me. It got out of control in that fourth quarter, but into that third quarter, man, even in the third quarter, they were up against the Nets, and this is without AD and LeBron. I decided to tackle this game from a props perspective, and I believe LeBron gets calls tonight. I believe you will see him at the nail more than often this night. LeBron James, at least 30 points for plus 100. I'm playing a prop here. LeBron James, at least 30 points for plus 100. I believe this is a get-right game for the NBA. Internally, they have talked, and LeBron's going to get some favorable calls today. It's a game that they have to win. The reason why I can't get there with just taking LA to win this game or even just take the plus 1.5 is because of how they just break down at the end of games. Now, the same can be said for the Knicks, right? Wow. But this game is too close. This game is too close for comfort, in my opinion. So I'm going with the props. That's the company man. Is that not the company man? Is this not the enforcer? So because of this, I do like LeBron James at least 30 points at plus 100.
I dig it. LBJ, hey, this story, it's only right, man. The proof is in the pudding. Hey, they came out and simply said they had to do what LBJ had to say, man. He runs the NBA. This is his league. Don't get it twisted. So they will make it right. I don't know, man. This game, our boy says, Butcher said this game is mid. Definitely feels like some fuckery, no doubt about it. It set out last night's game to play on TNT. In Madison Square Garden. How we feeling, Billy?
Scott Foster's here tonight,
Scotty, yeah.
Uncle Scotty's here, man. That throws the whole curveball up the units on it's Derl's LeBron James points tonight, man. So that's talk about getting calls, man. I mean, Scott Foster would be the guy to give away some calls. But the Knicks are only 3-7 ATS in the last 10 home games and 2-5 ATS last 7 overall. I like the Lakers here tonight. Got the Lakers hat on tonight. Got my little Lakers gear on. The only thing that kind of scares me is the Lakers haven't played well in New York. 0-5 ATS, last 5 in New York. 1-4 ATS, last 5 meetings head-to-head. But I think this is a bounce-back motivational spot for them. I like LBJ over 28.5 points like It's Daryl's talking about. LBJ in the Garden, he only needs 117 more points to pass Kareem's record, so he would need to average 29.3 points per game to sit comfortably at February 9th on TNT in Milwaukee with Kareem in attendance to pass that prop. So if he goes over to 28.5, that would put him right on pace for that. Anthony Davis over 31.5 points and rebounds. Since Mitch Rob's injury, opposing bigs have recorded a double-double in 5 out of the last 6 games against the Knicks. So 80 in some type of way, points and rebounds, double-double over on the rebounds. And Jalen Brunson over 5.5 assists, minus 144. It's a great same-game parlay game too, I would say. But give me the Lakers here in the spot.
Liking the Lakers. Hey, shout out to our guy RDP bringing the good news. As I just seen, it is official. I know this is an NBA show, but fuck that. Hey, it's the Broncos right now, and we just signed Sean Payton. So hey, hopefully he could do something with Russ's bullshit ass. I know that probably hurts my guy is Derl. I'm sure he would like him in LA.
Man,
running the Chargers with Herbert. But hey, we got his ass. We'll take it.
This is terrible, dog. This is terrible, man. This is terrible. He met with the Broncos in LA. You know what I'm saying, man? He was in LA when he met with them. And we decided to fire fucking bum-ass Lombardi and not Staley. Like,
hey, you got, hey, man, come on. You got the Cowboy. You got the Cowboy, right?
Fuck the Cowboys, dog. I don't care about no goddamn Kellen Moore, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't care about
you got a little Kellen Moore. Hey, let's go, though. Let's go. Hey.
Game,
but honestly, man, This basketball game, I think LBJ will have a day. And, it is tricky now with the Scotty Foster news coming in as well. Man, but the Knicks, man, to me, the Knicks, I wanted to bet the Knicks here first half. I think Julius Randle does eat against his old team. And I do think Jalen Brunson is going to be a problem for these boys, especially without Patrick Beverly. Say what you will about the little motherfucker. He is a pest. So I'm sure Jalen will be happy not to have to deal with that motherfucker. But, I think it's a tough basketball game. I agree with Derl when he says we could definitely see the NBA has to give the Lakers a game, bro. I mean, that was in Boston. It's LBJ's league. It's coming. Will it come tonight? We'll see. This line there's a lot of money coming in on the Lakers, obviously, with the news of AD and LeBron playing. This line, I believe, was at 3 and now at 1.5. Shout out to everyone in the chat that got the Lakers at +3. I've seen a couple dudes with that. Hopefully you guys cash your tickets. Let's get to this next basketball game. We got a lot of people liking this one here as well. We got the Charlotte Hornets going into Milwaukee. We got the Bucks as 11-point favorite, a total of 244 to 245. 61% of the money on the Milwaukee Bucks, followed by 68% of the money. The Hornets have won 2 straight basketball games. That might be the first time all fucking year. They beat the Chicago Bulls impressively and then followed it up by, a win against the Miami Heat as well, without Jimmy Butler, I believe. The Bucks here have won 4 straight basketball games, getting healthy, turning the curve, looking like a team, a bet on basketball team, looking like a team that we expected them to be. Obviously, no Bobby Portis here. But other than that, they look like they're ready. They're finally getting the troops back in order here. Our guy, Billy, what are we doing with this basketball game?
The Bucks are trending in the right direction. They won 6 out of their last 7 games, going for their 5th straight win. They're playing their best basketball this year as a collective group. Last time these two teams met, the Hornets might have had their best performance of the year. That was the historical blowout in Milwaukee by 30 points in the first quarter. I think the Bucks are going to try to come out hot early, but I kind of want to fade the first quarter. LaMelo plays a lot of that first quarter because LaMelo, it's a little give and a take. Like I bet the Bulls first quarter last week, and LaMelo has 2 turnovers, and that's what covers the line. But LaMelo also has the ability to shoot 2 threes and fuck up the line. So I kind of like the Bucks first half, -6.5 more than the first quarter. That would be the best bet in this game. And then LaMelo Ball over 3.5 3-pointers, -130.
I dig it. How are we feeling about this basketball game, Mr. Earl?
Yeah, so I feel a little different. And the thing is, LaMelo's still a little fragile. For whatever reason, last game he was headed to the locker room, came back. So I don't think LaMelo is fully healthy. That's one thing. The second thing is I definitely do agree with the first half play. Last 10, Hornets are 1-9 in the first half, right? So they're putting up Clippers numbers like they were before this little run that they've been on. I do like the first quarter here, and the reason being is because they're right with the Pacers. They just don't score that many points in the first quarter, and they allow too many points in the first quarter. So the Bucks can easily put up 40 points here, and I do believe they can get that. So I like the Bucks -4 in the first quarter. Another thing about these last 2 games that they've played, if you look at the box score, not last game, but the game prior, Mason Plumlee went like 9 for 9 from the field, right? And they tried to carry on that the following game, and he was kind of hot in the beginning, made his first 2 or 3 shots, and then that was it. But now you got to go against Giannis, right? And that's just a completely different beast there. So Giannis can contain Plumlee, and I do believe that the Bucks can come out and put up 40 points. This line is high for a reason, Doug. It's high for a reason. Someone's going to score buckets in this game. So Bucks first quarter -4 was a good play for me. If it is one of those things to where Charlotte is coming out scoring, they're not going to outscore the Bucks. So this could be a 60, 70-point first quarter with the Bucks easily having 35, 40 points this game in the first quarter. So I took, as a play, Bucks -4 first quarter. I do like the first half too and just might get there. -4 is a good play for me, leaning first half as well.
I dig it. DC Capper in the building. I see you, my man. Best of luck and cush the fuck up, my man. Let's run it up. Cheshire Cat, I see you. And yeah, Dave, man. Hey, Broncos about to do big things, my man. I don't know, man. I understand all the love from Milwaukee. I've talked about it. I think they're turning the page. I agree with everything said here. In both of those games that the Hornets have won, the past two against the Bulls and Heat, they didn't cover the first half. So I believe our guy Derl touched on that. So I think this first half is probably a solid look here with the Bucks. But man, I'm not gonna lie to you, Charlotte playing a little bit of basketball right now with LaMelo. Whatever they got going on, I don't trust that football team or that basketball team whatsoever. But beating the Heat, beating the Bulls, and then now getting 11 to Milwaukee. Let's see if Milwaukee shows up, it should be good money. But these motherfuckers don't always tend to show the fuck up. So we will see. Let's get to this next basketball game. We're going to Chicago, Chi-Town, baby. LA Clippers in town. We got a line of -3 by the Clippers, a total of 226. We have well, shit, I guess I didn't write that down. My fault, fellas. Covington, we have no Covington. Covington is questionable. Morris is questionable, and Reggie Jackson is questionable. We do have Kawhi Leonard and PG off the injured list. They have won 5 of 6 basketball games, but did just get smacked the fuck around against the Cleveland Cavaliers, as we touched on. 23-point loss in the land. Here on the other side, we got the Bulls, pretty healthy here. They are off a 29-point win against the Magic, filling themselves after having a loss there that they probably should have won. What we doing this basketball game, is Derl?
Funny stat here, man. Do you know that the Clippers do not have a back-to-back game for the entire month of March? I'm looking right now. They play 2-2, 2-4, 2-6, 2-8, 2-10, 2-14, 16, the 24th and 26th. Respectively, that's the All-Star break. They're not going to have a back-to-back game till March. And I think this is going to be one of these stretches to where you see them win a lot of games. I honestly believe that. They're going to be winning a lot of games here. And you'll probably see, because you don't have a back-to-back game until March, you'll see more of Kawhi and Paul George playing, and even Wall. This game was tricky for me because the Bulls just let a game go after smacking up on Charlotte and come back and lose that game. And now you're playing the Clippers. The Clippers, as of late, has been playing some pretty decent defense. And they're in a spot to where they're not going to have to really rest their players. You'll probably still see that, but not as often. So I think the Clippers is the side here, to be honest with you. The Clippers is the side. However, I want to give it 1 or 2 games. They beat up on teams who are under 500. Remember that. They beat up on teams who are under 500. Chicago Bulls right now under 500. So I do believe this is a Clippers side. I just really can't gauge which way I want to go. I really don't bet a lot of Clippers games. But that was just an interesting fact here, that they don't have any back-to-back games at all until March. So we'll see how this goes tonight, see how these teams do, see how Kawhi plays, but I do believe they get it done.
I dig it. Shout out to JK here. Vukic Pops, Big Vooch has been eating of late. Shout out to our guy Ski. Brought that to our attention a while back. And yeah, man, he's been playing good ball. The Bulls low-key been playing good ball. They've kind of fucked around a little bit of late, losing some games they shouldn't. This is a tough basketball game here. What are we doing with it, Billy?
Yeah, the Bulls have been rolling over recent 13-6-1 ATS last 20 games overall, and 6-1-1 ATS last 8 home games overall. Clippers only 1-5 ATS last 6 meetings, and 11-5 ATS last 16 games in Chicago. I kind of want to see where more money comes in on the tickets, because currently right now the Clippers are getting 71% of the money, and that doesn't really make sense where the line is going sportsbook wide, because it's coming down to the Clippers at -2.5. So it's kind of reverse line move. I kind of like the Bulls here. Fade the public. Bulls, give me the Bulls ticket in my pocket, but not something I'm real too confident in. I see a lot of people liking the Clippers today, but I like the Bulls. I think they roll at home.
Yeah, I honestly kind of like Chicago early, and I could maybe lean Clippers full game. Chicago does fuck around at times. But it's really going to come down to, Levine. Is Levine going to stroke it? It's going to be Levine and DeRozan versus Kawhi and PG. So, we'll see. But the Clippers, they have been playing better basketball, and I agree with our guys there. It's about time for them to flip the page and play some playoff-type baskotball. Let's get to this next basketball game. We got the Pelicanos going into Mile High, Denver Nuggets. We got a line of 6.5, total of 231, 51% of the bets on the Denver Nuggets, and 90% of the money on the Pelicanos. The Pelicanos fucked around, lost 8 motherfucking straight basketball games. I don't give a fuck who's playing.
Crazy.
They've lost 8 straight basketball games. It does look like BI will be ready to go today as well as CJ McCollum. Still no Zion. Still working on his diet, I believe. As well here, as we look at the Nuggets, we got really, pretty healthy here. Jamal Murray is questionable. I believe he will go. They have lost 2 straight basketball games. Most recently, a Saturday loss to the Philadelphia 76ers, where they had a good first half. We're definitely played a good basketball game to start off, and then fucked around and got smacked around by Joel Embiid and them boys in that second half. They have had 2 days off to think about it. Back at the crib where they have been money. What are we doing with this basketball game, Mr. Derl?
Yeah, we know why they lost that Philly game, right? That was a Joel Embiid breakout for being snubbed in the All-Star.
Mm-hmm.
So there's, once again, it's narratives that matter, right? This is a game I believe Denver is going to get up for, right? You still have the highest scoring team in the league in the first quarter, and the best quarter, or the best team at first quarter covers. They cover the spread in the first quarter. They're the highest scoring team in the first quarter. That's Denver Nuggets. You're going to win more than you lose betting Denver first quarter. Bottom line. You're going to win more, and you just know when to pick your spots. Pelicans are down. They are down bad. And this is the only way I could look. Denver, first quarter, -2. I believe that's easy money here. That's easier than the Bucks, if you ask me. Denver, -2 first quarter.
I love that look. Shout out to Gloria Charles showing some love. I don't know about the question, though. Maybe my guy can answer it in the chat. Let's go here. Billy Briz. What are we doing with this basketball game? After you blow your nose. You good? You good, man?
My allergies.
You need some sauna time. You need some sauna. Clear that shit up.
Yeah, I know, dude. My allergies are all fucked up. I like Nikola Jokic triple-double here, +120. He fell 1 assist short of the triple-double in this last game, but he still has had triple-doubles in 4 out of his last 5 games. Statistically speaking, he's having a better year than the year that Westbrook averaged that triple-double, and the price should be closer towards even odds, because during that Westbrook historical run, we saw that line go up to -300 to -400, and Jokic still at plus money here. The Pelicans allowed the second most assists to the center position and allowed 8+ rebounds in 27 out of their last 30 games. Jokic had a triple-double in 3 out of his last 5 games versus Joe Val, clearing his PRA 4 out of his last 5 games against Joe Val. So Nikola Jokic, triple-double tonight.
I like it. I like what I'm hearing here from both of you fellas. Seeing a lot of love in the chat too as well. Justin, I'm right with you there. I am on the Nuggets first half, -3.5. I like that first quarter look a lot. I think they smack around the Pelicanos, to be quite honest with you. As I mentioned, they've lost 8 straight basketball games. They're trying to bring BI back in. BI is a big addition to the team. He's going to need the ball in his hands. That's going to mess up the flow for players that have been getting a lot of ball in the rotation. Obviously, CJ's been in and out of lineup as well. So these motherfuckers don't even really know, haven't really been playing too much basketball, live basketball together, and new rotations coming in as well. It's going to take a little bit for them to figure it out. Obviously, Zion was in and out of there too for a minute. But I just think after 2 straight losses by the Nuggets, you got to back at the crib feeling good. The rest advantage as well. The Nuggets first, I think this trifecta spot, to be quite honest with you, but I really like the first half is what I bet at 3.5. The 2 teams did play January 24th in New Orleans. The Nuggets were up by 16 at half. Okay, they only won that game 99-98, but plus 16 at the half. And the Pelicanos have been suspect as fuck, as I mentioned, especially against winning basketball teams. They're 2-9 against the number last 11 versus a winning team with a winning straight up record. And the Nuggets are 6-1 ATS last 7 after a loss, and 16-1 straight up last 17 basketball games at the crib. This to me is a great spot for the Denver Nuggets to get right. Denver Nuggets first half -3.5. It's good money. Let's get to paying the bills so we can get the fuck up out of here. I did enjoy breaking down these games with both of the fellas and everybody in the chat. Vic, if you would, roll the clip, my man. Yeah, man, I dig it, JK. Yes, we are, sir. Yes, we are.
Getting right.
Be sure to get fresh from head to toe. Manscaped, Pup Sports, 2 words, Pup Sports. Promo code get you 20% off at Manscaped. They got it all, nose, head to toe. You get fresh. And if you are in San Antonio, in the San Antonio, Texas area, do yourself a favor and drop into Southtown 101 live karaoke, DJ, parking lot pimping, great food. It is the vibe. Believe it. If you are in San Antonio, do yourself a favor and drop into Southtown 101. You might even fuck around and see the Iceman Vic on the 1s and 2s. Little Hey Jose and our guy, the Don of Post Sports Radio, Jeff Slaughter. Let's get to it. Let's get to the motherfucking bag. Let's run it up here. It's What's the best play of the day, my guy?
I'll give you 2, man. I'll give you 3. I just really like these plays. But I do like the Bucks -4 first quarter. Might have a lower number now, but I think that is an easy ticker there. I also like LeBron James at least 30 points. Don't like those as much as the others because I don't really play props, but this is just more of a narrative side here. And I like Denver -2. I did see that in the chat that some people got it at -1.5. I think that's good money as well.
I dig it. Man of the people, motherfucking 3-piece. Good shit. Shout out to Richie Vegas too. Got one for the wifey as well. He's man of the people right there. Let's go, Billy Briz. Let's go. Get us to the bag, my guy.
Yeah, man. We're gonna go straight to the Garden, and we're gonna take the Lakers right on the money line. And we will definitely be tailing its Derl and the points for LBJ. And we got to go over to Mile High because you can't close out the night without a nice paper plane in the air. And we're about to watch Jokic do his fucking thing, drop this triple-double down, +120.
Yeah, man, I dig it. Hey, reach out to me or DM me, my guy. We'll touch base. Don't have plans for the Super Bowl just yet. Plan on cashing some motherfucking tickets, though. Believe that. And I will be cashing 2 plays today. I'm going to give you the 2 pieces. I got 2 bets. I got the motherfucking Cleveland Cavaliers first half, -2.5, -105. It's good money, man. And then we're going straight to the motherfucking night game. We're going to Mile High. And we will, as our guy Jay Money say, it's the spicy nuggets, man. It's good money as well. First half, fuck it. First quarter, what do you want to do? Full game, whatever the fuck you want.
Trifecta.
It's smack fucking city in Denver, man. Believe that. I love that first half, -3.5, though. Let's cash some tickets today. We need to do that. Believe that. We had a great time breaking it down with the fellas, everybody in the chat. Before we get up out of here, what we got going for the rest of the week, Billy?
Yeah, I'm back here tomorrow and this weekend, special UFC card this weekend, UFC Vegas 69. We will be going live at midnight till about 4 a.m. It's the time that the fights are coming on. So we'll be watching some fights overnight, about to cash some tickets, man. So instead of playing your little darts and your fucking tennis and shit that you'd be playing on your sports book overnight when you got your gambling addiction, come pop in over here on Pub Sports Radio. Make sure you hit that like, subscribe button because we're going to cash some tickets overnight.
Yeah, man. Get your fix right motherfucking here on Pub Sports Radio. It's there. What we got going, my dude?
Be back at you, man, for Long-Winded Wednesdays on tomorrow. Then back on the pub group at 1. And then, man, it's just smooth sailing.
I dig it, my man. Be sure to follow our guy, It's Derl. Also, Billy Briz right there on all social media outlets. Everybody in the chat, we appreciate y'all vibing out with us here Monday through Friday, 4 p.m. Eastern time, 1 p.m. right out here on the Fresh Eye where me and my guy, It's Derl, resides. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share the motherfucking video. Y'all stay fresh, stay blessed. Let's stay putting these motherfucking bookies to rest. Yeah, man.